Hi there. Here we are, back at the beautiful Boreen. I know, every time I say it seems like so long since I was down here. I don't know, it's just crazy. What do we be doing half the time? Anyway, looking at there's still blackberries. Oh my god, the amount of blackberry picking I did down here. I do not want to look at a jar of blackberry jam for quite some time. Excuse me. It's a gorgeous, still autumn Sunday. But I'm going to have to begin with the end, because such little charge, boring technical stuff, it may just cut. So I'm going to actually start by saying, well, this video is for entertainment purposes only, but and you're always welcome along with Fionn and I. But wherever you are, I hope things are going really, really well. And if they're not, I hope they're moving towards just being peaceful and splendid for you. Okay, so that's the end at the beginning. This is sound. So that's that kind of dynamic. It's the contrast in the lines. At the moment, I saw at another spot I'd be driving, and it was just these little big lines of deep chocolate brown against a kind of an amber. Really beautiful colours. And now here, the path of the Boreen, it looks very different, very like the dark and verdant green. Yeah, wow. Interesting, things change so much. Oh, no, I'm not even going to think about blackberries, okay? God. They were very generous and bountiful and eternally grateful, but no more. Yeah, whoopsie wobbly. Yeah, interesting. The way, let's put that back in a bit, the way the landscape changes. You know, even in a short period of time, we don't think much is going on, but really it is, you know. Anyway, oh yeah, this one's called Trick or Treat. Yeah. There we go. And you say Halloween's over. Well, it is a period of Samhain, and Samhain is week, a few days before, during, and a few days after. So it's still in the festival of Samhain, where the she folk, the fairy folk, return. Ah, no, beauties now, beauties. Return. They have a massive party that goes on for days, and they return to their great halls underground, and will return then in the spring. So that's the time, and I suppose, you know, all the thing of people gathering together and apple bobbing and brack and all that is, you know, a little festival of the gathered up swag for the winter. And, you know, that kind of thing. Preparing to go inward, more inward, and the land going inward, and resting, you know. I had heard, look at the reds there, somebody's very nice, very beautiful. Somebody saying, yeah, in autumn, you know, people get little colds and things because the body is in the autumn season. Also shedding, like the trees shedding the leaves. All of the leaves falling, my place is quite wild. The amount of birds out now gathering under the leaves, it's look at those. It's a delight. It's a really beautiful time. Even the tree creepers are out. And of course the wrens are getting very active. Starlings are back, and symphonies. Oh, look so beautiful. Oh my. Just take a little hawthorn moment here now. Well, there you go. I wish I had a bit more battery, but there you go. It's what it is. Bit of gorse out there now. Interesting. So, there's a turlock up the road at the lake, which is land. The cattle were grazing, and it's now completely back as a lake. Swans have been flying overhead. The sound is astonishing. It is a lovely time of year. It's a very peaceful little day. And that's the treat. It's lovely. So I've just prepped for the time ahead. You know, kind of left stuff at hand, little ink, sketch pad, watercolours, knitting bag out, all near at hand, you know. Because you can sit down and before you know it, you're drifting off into, I don't know, feeling a bit despondent or something. So they're my little tips for myself. Is it madly keeping busy? I don't know. Is knitting madly keeping busy? Or is heading off in a car, shopping, madly busy? Who knows? Anyway, little tips to counterbalance the shift in the energies, the treat of it all, and yeah, that's about it. Look, it's just gorgeous. Now, it's different. Lovely. Oh, look. Slows, is it? Whoopsie. Very nice. I hope that bee didn't land on me, or wasp, or whatever the hell. So the trees. That's it. Ah, yeah. So different water levels, you know, lakes filling in. Carpets of leaves for the swag, for the small birds. The beautiful ruby red. I quite like the painter David Hockney. Also, he's a very interesting character, and he just kind of does his own thing, and he's quite a happy person, and, you know, there's a lot to be said. But, yeah, I think that kind of line now reminds me of one of his pieces. He came back from LA and started Wiltshire Downs, I think, Yorkshire Downs, where he was originally from, duck up there now, discussing the fact is the whole thing of the two eyes seeing, the real kind of thing with the two eyes rather than camera. She says, pointing at camera. So the landscape, it's the two eyes that can see the landscape, really, you know. He did a lot of very interesting work with photography, so it's not as if he he got quite into the science of it and did a piece on the camera obscuras that used to be used back in the day. Isn't that so peaceful, so lovely? There we are. A bit of autumn peace to be had. The change in the colours. There's a softness and a gentleness. Do it all now. So now you could switch off. Oh, there he is. Look at him, fast boy. Look at you, oh, fast boy, fast boy. He's your knees back. Oh, he's doing his bit for you. Show dog. You see the way he twirls his tail at the end, like a propeller to slow him down. Anyway, that was a gift of Fionn with his high speedness to cheer you up if you need it, or just make you laugh if you don't. Okay, now across the bridge you can switch off now because it's now going to go into the trick. I don't normally like to do negative stuff on this, okay? So if you're just here for look, the little bobbiny with the red, all these little vignettes that you see, you know. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm going into the negative stuff. Just wanted to say, it's like the whole sound thing, the night and day, dark and night, blah blah blah. Trick or treat, trick, the trick. Okay, just something I wanted to mention. It's what is it? The opposite of stacking anchors. Some people, they will talk, and what will happen is they kind of talk so much in a certain fashion that after about 15 minutes your brain can't keep up and you lull into a sense of what is it, symbolism or something weird like that. Anyway, you switch off, you're half asleep, and then you're actually very susceptible and suggestible. Okay, it is a hypnotic technique, and a lot of bold people use it for their own uses. How do I know that? I studied counselling and hypnotherapy and NLP years ago. So anyway, very interesting thing. So some people do this. There's the trick and the treat. So, you know, if you really don't want to hear it, honestly, I'll finish it up with something really nice, so there won't be any bowel manipulation. But some of you maybe, I went down here and I turned left, and then I saw, and Jesus, there reminded me of time. Somebody sent me a postcard with a penguin on it that looked like it was in New York, but it was actually somewhere else. And then I was there, and I was in the car. What day was it? I can't remember what day it was. The car was. It reminded me of the car. Do you remember the car you used to have? It was a big car. Do you remember it? No, you don't. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Then I was down here. And I was up, and that was 2 days later. I was in, over at the beach with the lock. You know the lock. There we are now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go on. After 15 minutes of this, your mind actually can't follow the story because there's no logic to it. All right? And you switch off, and you're very, very suggestible. Or they get to lower you down to their frequency because you're so tired, in a kind of a mind energy way. And then boom, you're not only malleable, easier to manipulate. You didn't catch the pheasant, no, thank goodness. Pheasants are beautiful. And plus you're down to their level, and some people prefer when you are down at their level. We could have some people who are, they're losing things. You go here, you go there, and you have to constantly watch them. Before you know it, you're getting tighter and tighter, and then you start to make mistakes yourself, etc., etc. It's the same phenomenon. So this is the Halloween thing of the vampire, the energy drainer, and a vampire's bite. Before you know it, you're down in the bargain basement there with them, tired and exhausted, and they're gleefully, playing all sorts of games. Okay, so mind the vampires. And if you do find yourself in that state after being around someone like that or people like that, a good walk on the land and a salt bath. And, tune the dial back to the positive groove. Because a lot of these people, they don't like a positive groove. They're not comfortable in that realm. It doesn't suit them. They're more comfortable when you're down and dirty with them, So, often when I say one's state, minding one's state actually is actually really quite important. Look at that arc of beautiful arc there. A red bramble with the willows behind. It's just exquisite. It just looks all very Art Deco or something, Anyway, mind the vampires. They just drain you. They're not comfortable in higher realms. They need you down with them. And they can be very manipulative. And if it happens too much, it can be contagious. Okay, so, it is Halloween and it's the time just to mention it, I did know somebody they'd phone over and I was thinking after a lot. After a while, you can't follow the fucking story, pardon my French, and after a few years, I had to one day say, listen, sorry, I just can't do this anymore, They didn't like it, but there you go. Just wasn't putting up with it. It was actual nonsense. And their own narrative. Okay, look, beautiful place, pheasants, etc., etc. Negative stuff. But just watch out for the vampires. No, right, Fionn. Really, they would keep sucking the life out of you, not a bother. Because they don't have any internal life force themselves, or what they do have, it's broken, Anyway, there we are. Okay. So, made it over to the other side of the bridge, into the negative realms. Good boy, because it's Halloween, Samhain. And a gentle, beautiful day. Really, just gorgeous. It's so sweet. And, that mean down and dirty said, well, this is where it's at. It's reality. Well, really, really. You can get to some degree choose how we are approaching our own realities. And if you want to turn the dial to, isn't that gorgeous or whatever, aren't I so fortunate? I'm so kind of grateful to be able to be here. Or it's a mildly old grey Sunday afternoon. There's nothing happening, even the wind isn't blowing. In November, what a horrible month. Nothing to do, blah, blah, blah. We all get to choose, Anyway, there we are. All right. Okay, because of technical dynamics, I think from now on I'll have to be like small, shorter videos. That'll have to be it. Okay, I know, I say that every time. Listen, I do think I'm getting to say thank you. And thanks for coming along. And we send our very best, as ever. Look at him, crazy boy from Crazy Town. So he's doing what he loves. Just go do what you love doing. Because that's what I'll be doing. All right, listen, look after yourselves. Bye.